Welcome friends, my name is Avinash and I welcome all of you to another interesting episode of Corporate Face-to-Face series. Corporate Face-to-Face series is very popular with almost all retail as well as HNI investors, because here we basically talk about emerging companies from emerging sectors and talk to them about their business model, their business journey, their growth plans. And in this process, we also make an effort to talk to the promoters of these companies so that all of us can understand the company's operations better. And today, friends, we got a very interesting company which is from the SME space and which recently made its SME IPO. The company's name is Kalyani Cast-Tech Limited, and we have the privilege and the pleasure of having the promoter and managing director of the company, Mr. Naresh Kumar ji. Naresh ji, धन्यवाद आज time देने के लिए. We are very
Namaskar sir, thank you so
show.
much, and it is my pleasure to be with you.
So, Naresh ji, in this small interview, we will try to understand your company's operations in a nutshell. So, पहला सवाल जो मेरा रहेगा नरेश जी वो है कि we know that you have done your IIT from मद्रास. आप इंडियन रेलवेज में भी काम कर चुके हैं, तो आपका डोमेन एक्सपर्टाइज बहुत ही बढ़िया है. तो पहले बात बताइए, ये बिजनेस जर्नी इस कंपनी को शुरू करने में थोड़ा सा हमको बताइए. हाउ डिड दिस बिजनेस जर्नी स्टार्ट ऑफ क्रिएटिंग दिस कंपनी, इसके बारे में कुछ बताइए.
Basically, when I did my only 5 years of service in Indian Railways, I took deputation in Container Corporation for 5 years from Railways. So the container, that understanding of the container has started from that journey. Then afterwards, I then took another deputation in Pipavav Railway Corporation. That was also we have given a connectivity to Pipavav port from Surendranagar, a place in Gujarat. And main idea of giving that connectivity was transportation of containers. So, and in 2006, I got the opportunity when I was working with Pipavav Railway Corporation as a Vice President Technical. That Railways, Indian Railways gave me an opportunity that if we want to start double stack container operation, can you help us in that? So I said, okay, this is my dream that India should get this kind of operations, which is primarily being done in North American roll rates. So then that time Minister Cell asked me to do this, and they have given me a letter that you will not face any issue while doing the whatever work you want to do on that. So they apprised all the concerned general managers of the railways, and then I started this role. So within 4 months, I did everything, and whatever infringements were there for running double stack container train, they have been removed. And we started the first train on Indian Railways on 23rd March 2006. It was inaugurated by the then Railway Minister, Honorable Mr. Laluji. And after that, at present, almost 20 such trains run per day on each way. It means 40 trains a day are running double stack container train from northern part of India, like Gurgaon and nearby areas, to port of Pipavav and Mundra. So with that go-getter kind of image, I was there in the railways. And after that, I left railways in 2008. And I joined one private company, NYK Line, in their Delhi office. After that, I decided, why don't I do myself? Then I left everything and decided to do myself, and did around 2 years of consulting work. After that, we have set up a small unit where it is now the container factory as a small steel foundry. But idea at that time was also to manufacture containers. But we were not having much idea that how we will compete with Chinese companies, because Chinese companies dominate in this area. So we started with a small steel foundry. We related in that, and then 2018 we took a plunge that we will start manufacturing containers, because by that time we have developed a very special containers. The name of that container is Gati Shakti container. It is named by Honorable Minister Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav. So we got that container approved on Indian Railways, and especially we started with the Reliance cargo from Jamnagar to northern part of India. So those containers can run double stack even under normal routes of Indian Railways under wire. So that has given a very good benefit to Reliance for moving their light cargo like plastic granules, etc., to the northern part of India, which was primarily moving by road. So this is a very good example of diversion of the cargo from road to rail. And that container we started manufacturing in our company, and we have got good orders for that containers also. And by that time, that the standard containers orders also started. So 2019-20 we lost due to COVID, but 2021 January onwards we never look back, and our financial also reflects that journey, and our physical progress also reflects the journey. So presently we are making almost 10 to 12 containers a day, and we are supplying to various customers, various kind of. Our USP is that we provide a full logistic solution. It's not only the container manufacturing can be done by any company, but our USP is that we provide a full logistic solution in order to reduce the unit cost of transportation by use of rail or by multimodal. So we guide our customers that you go for this particular kind of container so that you can carry more, you can carry more volume, more tonnage in the container, and within the railway limits. Fortunately, our road and rail limits are much liberal compared to various other countries, that per ton basis, per axle basis and all. So keeping those things in mind, because I have got a lot of experience of railways, I know how railway works. and how to get the work done in railways and how to convince the people that this is a better product. So we are in that business. Recently, we developed a very good container for transportation of bulk wheat, which is primarily to be used by FCI. We could convince FCI that this is a product which you should use for the evacuation of your wheat, which you have stored in silos, steel silos. So there are presently we will be able to connect at least the 27 silos all over India, starting from Punjab, Haryana to up to Guwahati. So we are planning to do very shortly this kind of operations. And this container also we have patented in our name. And so we are going for it.
Right, ठीक है,
Yes,
बढ़िया.
please.
In fact, Naresh ji, very nicely articulated by you. Now, tell me one thing: what is the present positioning of Kalyani Cast-Tech in the overall railway market? Like, are we developing some new products? ये Food Corporation of India का आपने बताया कि you have developed a new product, but any other new product which is under development and currently what is the
Yeah,
mix?
we are developing a container. Basically, our specialization is container because we even if you see various government policies, they also want that logistic costs should be reduced and there should be multimodal transportation. Instead of cargo being handled multiple times, let the containers be handled multiple times, and the cargo should not be disturbed once it is loaded or when it's unloaded.
Exactly.
So because handling cargo at various times or many times results in many damages and all these things. So idea is that we are champions of multimodalism and we work towards that. And this suits even the government of India's policies also that they are encouraging multimodal parks and all these things. So we fit into that. Secondly, we fit into the government of India's emphasis on Atmanirbhar and Make in India, this thing. As you know, this the particular segment in which we are, mainly by these 2 3 years back, everybody was importing containers from China. But at least when we have started full-fledged, we tried our best that companies, whatever they wanted to have to use in India, we supply to them.
Correct.
So that is the idea that this we are a very big ambassador of this multi Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. And we emphasize on government also that whatever facilities the Chinese factory get in China, they should also give to us so that we can compete even for the shipping line containers, which are the EXIM containers, which are very general products. We did some export also last year. This year we are also getting some inquiries for the exports. Inshallah, will do good.
No, fine. In fact, Naresh ji, now one related question to exports. I believe last year I think some exports were made to Russia. आपने रशिया को थोड़ा एक्सपोर्ट किया था. प्लस हमको ना पूरा डोमेस्टिक मार्केट अपॉर्चुनिटी के बारे में बताइए. अभी हम काफी ग्रोथ फेज में है. You are still small. The
Yeah,
growth is very fast.
fortunately for us, the economy is bouncing and bouncing beyond imagination. You see, the last 2 quarters, 7.6, even RBI estimates were 6.7. So it's almost 1 point ahead. So basically, you see, the government of India emphasis is to bring the cargo on rail to the extent possible. There are two benefits of it. One is that that fuel cost in transportation of 1 ton of cargo on rail is almost 1/7 of the road. Because in case of road, it has to bear the not only the diesel engine and its own weight, and then the cargo weight. So there, the fuel consumption is very high. And secondly, whole of the Indian railways have been now electrified. There is no diesel
Exactly.
traction left over. So there is a double benefit out of it that if you move the cargo on rail. And rail is also trying and expanding their capacities, doubling, tripling their lines. That DFCs, you may be aware, they are about to be completed, Western DFC and Eastern DFC. So once these are completed, then there will be a lot of movement on rail. And you see, any major incremental on rail will come through the containers only.
Okay.
Because the bulk commodity, their progress is very organic. And whatever the jump will come, that will come from container traffic, so that railway can transport the finished goods and other small goods also through rails. Because container, that unit is one container, maybe 30 ton, 35 ton, not the whole thing. While if you are loading or transporting through the railway full rake, then you require at least 5,000 or 3,500 tons of cargo. But here, if you have got even 30 tons, we can consolidate from 30 tons of many customers and we can move rail. So idea is that even the LTL type of cargo or FTL cargo can be loaded on these finished goods can be loaded on the rail and take advantage of the low cost of the rail. So that
Naresh,
is the idea.
on the export market, if you could tell us something, because I believe currently a large number of containers are imported. You said China is one of the leading manufacturers. So
Yeah.
currently सर इंडिया में क्या पोटेंशियल है कि हम वो imports को सब्स्टिट्यूट कर सकते हैं? आई मीन वहां पे क्या
Basically,
पॉसिबल?
देखिए, China has got some advantage. Number one is they have got good economy of scale, not in terms of containers, but in terms of their raw material also. You see, China manufacture almost 1 billion ton of steel, and we are the second at 150 million. And similarly in so many things. And China is a net export country. So whatever they container make, they offer the cargo also to move anywhere in the world. So their empty repositioning cost becomes zero. In fact, they earn out of it. Secondly, most of the companies which are manufacturing containers, they are the government companies. So they get good productivity linked incentives and all for the export kind of things. So these are the basically we have got these handicaps. Our steel rates are slightly higher, and since we are not making so many containers, so we are not able to take economy of scale kind of thing.
Exactly.
And thirdly, that there is no big shipping line in India, especially the container shipping line. So all the shipping lines are situated either in Europe or US or Singapore.
ठीक है.
So they have got their regional offices in China and all. So they go to there and get it manufactured. If we have got some shipping line in India, so what the government has been saying that this should be a make India product. They have asked Concor also to develop domestic manufacturers and all. So we could get benefit of it. And if we are able to have that kind of economy of scale, our backward integration, forward integration become possible, and we can still at least compete with Chinese firm to large extent.
ठीक है.
Last year we did.
Naresh ji, now one question which is very important is that in terms of the competitive landscape, domestic market में ऐसे कितने ने listed players होंगे जो हमसे compete करते हैं? क्योंकि you must also agree and that every industry has got some competition. So listed unlisted space में हमारा कोई competitive peer है जो if you could share their names.
देखिए listed space में तो we are the first company who are in this sector and got listed.
Okay.
But unlisted में there are 2-3 big companies coming up, and basically I am not a very old. There are companies who are older than me and in this space of manufacturing, but they could not do much because of this competition.
Exactly.
And secondly, the difference between them and us is that, as I told you, we provide a full solution.
Exactly.
You see, recently we make 80-ton carrying containers for steel coils. Nobody has thought of. So we did it, and we supplied almost 500 containers to our customer. Okay. So they are getting good benefit out of it. Their logistic cost has come down by almost 10 to 15% compared to other systems.
तो नरेश जी एक बात बताइए सर, अभी आपने बोला ये ऑर्डर बुक ड्रिवन बिजनेस है. दिस इज द ऑर्डर बुक ड्रिवन बिजनेस व्हिच यू कैटर टू रेलवेज इन अ बिग वे. सो करंटली इफ यू कुड शेयर विद अस दैट एटलीस्ट एज ऑन डेट हमारी कितनी ऑर्डर बुक रहेगी. और सेकंडली सर फिनेंशियल्स में देख रहा था आपके फिनेंशियल्स में एक बात जो व्हाट इज वेरी स्ट्राइकिंग इज दैट एवरी ईयर योर प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी मार्जिन एट द नेट लेवल इज इंप्रूविंग. फॉर March 23 it was roughly about 11.5%. इसके पहले थोड़ा और कम था, but gradually margins are improving. So what is the reason for this improvement? Is it productivity measures put in by you, or you are getting better prices from railways for the kind of configuration of containers which you are developing? So दोनों तरफा हो रहा है कि productivity भी अच्छी हो रही है, selling price.
Yeah, basically you raised a very pertinent point. On the lighter note, let me tell you, when Honorable Minister Mr. Asni Vaishnav visited my factory along with 200 railway officers last year on December 2021. So he said that I wish that your companies would grow manifold at least 5 to 6 times every year. So those are the words we took, and in 2021 we have grown almost 400% compared to 2021. So nevertheless, that was on the lighter note. But you see, our diversification from a steel foundry to container fabrication has taken place in 2021. So we have added a new product, which is a high value product and which is the demand of the trade. So we in 2021 we manufactured around 1,200 containers, and our balance sheet was around 49 crores, 49.5 crores. And 2021 we manufactured around more than 2,200 containers. So our balance sheet has gone up. And in between, there is a good or bad, fortunate or unfortunate thing has also happened. Just after the Corona summit, sometimes in August 2021, August, September, there was a very low rate of steel because no buyers were there due to the COVID effects and all these things. So we took orders considering those prices of the steel, that this will continue for some time. But within 2-3 months, the prices have started picking up, and it has gone from 60 rupees to 100 rupees within 3-4 months time. If you remember, government of India has to put 15% export cess on export of steel to soothe the steel prices. So our 2021 margins were not very good, although we growed in the top line. We have grown in the top line, but margins were not very good because of this was one reason. The second reason was we were new. We wanted to capture the market even with the lower. Let me tell you very honestly, with the lower because we were just growing and we wanted to 22, 23, it has reversed. The steel prices have come down substantially from 100 to now they are around 71, 72, 73. And we got slightly better margins. And by that time, we were established manufacturers also. So people have appreciated our timely deliveries, our quality. We were able to match their expectations, and we started getting orders. But as you are rightly saying, this is a order book business. We cannot make it just like FMCG and sell into the market. All our containers are manufactured as per the order of the customers. And presently, in this financial year, we have already crossed 70 crores by 30th November, and against 63 of the last year. And we are expecting that we will cross century this time.
Okay.
That is our target.
Naresh, now one thing I wanted to ask you is that जो margins हमने maintain किए, do you think these margins can be sustained or can be better? Without putting a number, if you can just say that yes, we can at least sustain.
You see, I will personally will not like to have these kind of higher margins. Then I will be doing disservice to the nation.
Okay.
My idea is that my factory should run, my people should be happy, my investors should be happy. I will prefer to have lower margin and to give my customer a better product, and so that he can sell into the market.
Acha, Naresh, now important question as far as your working capital is concerned. You have railways as your major customer. So normally working capital cycle कितना बड़ा होता है? Like right from the time you get the order, you take the inventory, you supply the product, and then you get the payment from the railways. मोटा मोटी हमारा working capital cycle, what is the normal time period for working capital cycle in our business?
Yeah, अविनाश जी, एक तो मैं आपको क्लैरिफाई करूं, रेलवेज इज नॉट माय कस्टमर. Basically, railways have outsourced this activity way back in 2006, that they will not enter into the area of container transportation. So at least 20 companies have taken the license from railways to run their own container trains, just like Container Corporation. So these 20 are my customer who uses railway.
Okay, understood.
And they have got their own train sets, they have got their own terminals. Okay. So they buy the containers, they buy the train sets, they buy their land for setting up of the terminals. So they are my customers. Understood. So when comes to see that how much time, what is the cycle of this thing? You see, it is again customer dependent. Some customers give us some advance also. Some customers say we will make you payment after a week or after a month of the invoices. So we entertain all kind of customers because at present, fortunately, we are a debt-free company. So we don't have any burden of the banks. And we want that our customers should be satisfied. But at any point, with regards to your inventory question, we keep an inventory of 100 to 150 containers in advance. So that's once we get the orders, immediately we start making the containers. And our supply chain should remain, even if we are faulting some particular product, so that our company does not suffer because of that. So
Uh,
we keep a inventory of 100 to 50 containers at any point of time with us.
or Naresh, now coming to basically, the kind of growth opportunity you mentioned that there is a large opportunity, but looking at our size as of now, over the next say 3 years, again without giving a number, if you can share what is the signal you are getting from the end customers, उनसे डिमांड का क्या सिग्नल मिल रहा है, आपको क्या लगता है अगले 2-3
ये
साल
देखिए, ऐसा है
ग्रोथ
कि
यू आर
ऐसा
एक्सपेक्टिंग?
ऐसा है कि अविनाश जी की ये जो प्रोडक्ट है उसको ट्रांसपोर्ट रिक्वायरमेंट has got elasticity of 1.1 times the GDP. If
ओके
your GDP is increasing by 7%, your transport requirement will increase by 8.8%.
ओके
So, as you know, the economy is doing very well, and there has to be a transport requirement. So I don't think in next 4, 5, 6 years, and there is a lot of gap available at this point of time between the what railway wants to do and what is present.
ठीक है
So every million ton increase in railway business of container means 2,000 extra containers.
ओके
So if you are moving by say 100 million tons of extra container traffic, so you require 200,000 containers. So that kind of requirement will be there and is there.
And Naresh, now tell me one thing. What is the current capacity of containers which Kalyani Cast-Tech is manufacturing? हमारी इंस्टॉल कैपेसिटी कितनी है? क्या हमको ज्यादा कैपेक्स
You
लगेगा
see,
कैपेसिटी ऐड करने के लिए आने वाले 1-2 सालों के लिए, या वी आर वेल कैपिटलाइज 1.5-2 साल के लिए कैपेसिटी काफी है हमारे पास?
yeah, basically capacity means there are two, three things in the when you say capacity. One is that physical availability of the machine and plant, then space, then covered area, and then the people working for you. So at this point of time, say from the plant and machinery point of view, from land point of view, from covered area point of view, we are very well placed, and we can go up to 200 crores with this kind of physical facility, including the land. What that manpower point of view, labor point of view, we keep on changing depending upon the what is the basically order book with us. And now we have got sufficiently trained people, local people who can work for us day and night. And you see, we have got installed capacity at this point of time. If I say it is around 6,000 containers a year, and we delivered for 400 containers last month. So without any issue, if you little bit stretch it, we can make it to 600 containers a month. That is not a big thing for us. So we are day by day we are becoming more and more confident regarding our capacity and doing the things in the right way.
अरे जी, वी मेड अ पब्लिक इशू रिसेंटली, तो सर मेरे को थोड़ा सा बताइए कि ज्यादातर ये पैसा जो हमने रेज किया, दिस मनी विच वाज रेज फ्रॉम द पब्लिक इशू, वाज इट लार्जली फॉर वर्किंग कैपिटल और फॉर एनहांसिंग योर इंस्टॉल कैपेसिटी? व्हाट वाज द मनी ऑब्जेक्टिव फॉर दिस मनी रेज फ्रॉम योर साइड?
Avinash ji, देखिए that working that enhancement of capacity works are on daily basis with us. We keep on doing little bit here and there, and we have got you see accumulated PAT and all these things. So this particular amount which we have collected from our investors, valued investors, will be used primarily for working capital, so that our dependence on bank can be reduced. And as we are growing, and we can give better basically facility to our end customer, so that we don't want to bother them with advances and all, so that they also feel comfortable. And with that, we wanted to grow in that right direction.
ठीक है, आई थिंक नरेश जी, नाउ लास्ट क्वेश्चन. आई थिंक वी आर वेरी हैप्पी सर, यू हैड अ वेरी डिटेल्ड डिस्कशन विद अस. लास्ट क्वेश्चन नरेश जी इज दैट, सी हर बिजनेस में रिस्क होता है. आई मीन ऑब्वियसली एज अ एंटरप्रेन्योर यू हैव मैनेज दिस कंपनी सो वेल ओवर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. सर सबसे बड़ा रिस्क हमारे लिए क्या है, हमारे धंधे में रिस्क जो अगर हम सोचे तो वो?
देखिए आपने बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन पूछा है. हमारे धंधे में सबसे बड़ा रिस्क है ऑर्डर बुक.
हाँ.
Order book is the biggest risk, and that depends upon how the economy grows.
Okay.
We are not afraid of our competition because we are way ahead of the competition.
Okay.
We are only afraid of that there should be a demand of the containers.
Correct.
And we work not only in the creating the demands, we work at the policy levels also.
Okay.
We work with railways. Why don't you move this particular cargo in containers? Why don't you move this particular cargo in containers? So that your own rolling stock can be spared for other things. So we work on that level also. We work with the Ministry of Commerce also. If you can give us some benefit of PLI, etc., so that we can attract the export containers. So we keep on daily basis. We keep on working with the people and pushing our idea that how we can make the Prime Minister's dream, that vocal for local and the make in India and the Atmanirbhar things. Because this is a product which India should be Atmanirbhar. This I feel genuinely feel about.
बिल्कुल नरेश जी का थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करने को और बहुत अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपने दी। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर एंड बेस्ट विशेस टू यू योर एंटायर मैनेजमेंट टीम। और सर फ्यूचर में भी हम आपसे बात करेंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच। नमस्कार।
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Avinash. Thank you so much.